Today I don't feel like doing anything. I just wanna lay in my bed. Don't feel like picking up my phone, so leave a message at the tone. 'Cause today I swear I'm not doing anything.
Gentle loving hugs, and thanks for turning in to the Fibro Friends radio show here on healthinforadio.com, part of the Entertainment Global Media Network, broadcasting out of heavenly Clearwater, Florida. If you feel like doing nothing at all today, then just sit back or lie down. We're here to educate you with a full spectrum of information on fibro, advocate on the behalf of all fibro friends for fibro awareness and the need for more research, and support each other with laughter and love. New to fibro? Wonder what it is? Fibromyalgia is a complex chronic disorder involving a malfunction in how the brain processes pain, which leads to other multiple dysfunctions in the body. Some of the main symptoms of fibro are pain and fatigue, sleep disorder, memory and concentration, depression, digestive disorders, hypersensitivity. So today, you've tuned into Fibro Friends. So please welcome your host, Laura Rosa.
Hi, I'm Laura Rosa. I'll be your host this evening, and I have with me tonight Martha. Hi, say hi, Martha.
Hi, Laura.
Hi. Martha is another one of our wonderful Fibro Friends, and we have a treat tonight. Martha is going to make a healthy, nutritious, yet yummy salad on our show. So I say go grab a pencil and some paper and get ready to write down. We will put this on our website later, so don't worry if you miss some details. So we're making a kale salad, and I'm going to turn it over to Martha and let her tell us how, why, and everything else we ever wanted to know about healthy, nutritious kale. Okay, Martha, what are we going to do?
Well, I chose kale salad because it's, I think, one of your favorite items that I've cooked in the past.
It is.
And it's really easy.
Yes.
I've always had a very, I want to say, serious relationship with food.
Okay.
I love food. I love to cook. And I chose this salad because if you like to cook, you'll, I think, find it very easy to make.
Okay.
If you don't like to cook, you'll realize that it's super easy to make and you won't spend a lot of time making it.
Okay.
I can send you home with the leftovers because you love it.
I do. It's so delicious. I would never think of this as something healthy and good for me because it tastes so good.
Right. It tastes really good, but see, that's
I'm
the thing.
learning a new way of looking at food now.
Right. Until recently, I've realized that just because you're cooking foods that are delicious, they can also be really healthy for you.
Yes.
So
that's key. It's so important, especially for people with fibromyalgia. Our systems are a little bit different than the average person.
So for those people that are not a fan of kale, I can tell you that it's not going to taste maybe like kale. It's going to taste really, really good.
Kale's that pretty stuff they put next to your meat at a nice restaurant to give it color, and you never eat it kind of thing. I mean, the only reason I used to purchase kale was to feed my bearded dragons. They loved kale. They loved collard greens. So I see you've already got, and I asked you before the show, and you went ahead and used the bulk kale. You didn't buy the pre-chopped kale in the bag. You buy it bulk and you peel it off the stalk and wash it and strip it.
It depends. If because of fibro, if I have the energy, or depends how much pain I have in my arms, or right. So I'll either buy it already, bagged and pre-rinsed and chopped, and that's wonderful. And I know it's more expensive,
But it's up to you, right?
It's up to you. But if it takes the work out of it and it's worth it for you, then
if you can just grab a bag and dump it,
right,
and then in 5 minutes you're eating, really, right? Because you just pretty much it's all a dump and add and mix kind of deal. So,
correct.
So is this bagged, or is this one of those bunches?
It's 2 bunches.
That was my question, because we got a lot of kale here.
Right.
So you purchased 2 bunches and washed it. Well, thank you for taking all that extra love and care.
That's how it tastes best.
I think you're right.
You're right. I bought 2 bunches, and I took it off the stems, washed it really good.
Okay. It looks beautiful.
Dried it a little bit. And I put it in a really big bowl. If you are watching, you will be able to tell that it's a clear bowl, which just I think makes it all the prettier because you can see exactly.
I have to look at see what can be seen. Move this out of the way. Yeah. Let's put that over here. Sure. I'm trying to. So even though this is a talk radio show, we do have some visual while we're live and pre-recorded, but there's times where you can hear us where there is no picture, so we'll try and fill in the gaps. But for those that have visual, let me see here. Can we pull?
Sure.
I'll just take that over here, and then yeah, those I can take way over here, except for the tossers. Okay, you ready? Now, hopefully, those of you that are watching can see this amazingly beautiful, healthy, really good quality kale. Okay, what's the first step we're going to do? Now, how do you dry it? Like, I made a big salad last night. I wanted to make a lot, so I didn't have to, so I could have 2 meals instead of 1. And but I thought, gosh, how do I get all the water out of your lettuce? What do you do? I know there are salad spinners. I've never invested in one. I took a dish towel and kind of tossed it with that. I don't know. Is there a secret?
There's really no secret if you don't have a salad spinner.
The dryer.
No.
Okay.
You can just, take a dish towel.
Yes.
And
wrap it up. Toss it a little bit.
Paper towels. Okay. And that's really
okay. Because it keeps it fresh. I actually even added water and ice after I chopped it up. I wanted it to last a long time.
So what I'm doing now is I'm going to drizzle just some of the olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, over.
How much would you say you drizzled?
Depends how much I want into it.
Okay.
And the first part, you're kind of just going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil so that you can start to massage it into the kale.
Okay.
And start to wilt it down.
Okay.
And
a fresh lemon here.
Yes,
you need your Fibro grip.
I need my Fibro grip helper here because
I've got one of my hand braces. We can both squeeze. I know I can sit there and watch you, knowing how that would be feeling on my hands right now.
Yeah, usually my husband will do this part for me, but
if people with fibromyalgia are saying, well, okay, that's a problem for me, you can buy already squeezed lemons, again, just like prepackaged kale. Real lemon juice, comes in the little lemons. So right now it looks like she's I'm guessing this is a double recipe.
Yes.
Okay.
This is a double recipe. Now, the other thing you can do for the lemons is so that it's not as hard to get the juice out of them, is you can put them in the microwave for just a couple of seconds.
Oh, really?
And it just somehow extracts the juice more to...
You're able to squeeze more juice out of it?
Yes.
Very cool. We should be having a little wastebasket here or something to get that out of your way.
Well, no, it's okay.
You want me to move this? Or
no.
Okay.
You're
fine?
Here.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
I am your helper.
Great helper.
Well,
so, I was going back to...
She's really, when she says massaging it in, she's Hello, sir. Can I help you? Oh,
wow! Look at that. Ask
I know.
and you
It's
shall
like
receive.
a genie in here. Ask and you shall receive. Thank you. Thank you. And welcome to our show. Stick around and have some salad with us in a few moments.
Oh, look at that.
Two pretty girls doing the salad.
Yeah. I bet you're going, who was that guy? No, not really.
No, not really. Figured he belongs here.
He does, yes. He was very helpful for us last weekend.
So what I'm doing right now is just really getting some of the juice, the
olive oil, and the lemon juice.
Right.
Massaging it in. So you're not.
That's right.
You're actually trying to wilt the kale.
Yes.
Okay. By squeezing out,
just making sure that the liquids we just added are evenly distributed.
Okay.
Kale actually is only 36 calories per cup, for those of us still watching our figure.
Uh-huh.
It has per cup 5 grams of fiber.
Wow, that's a lot of fiber for
right.
a cup. Yeah.
And it contains 15% of the daily requirement of calcium and vitamin B6.
Really?
Yes.
This is like a superfood.
It is. 40% of the required magnesium.
Wow.
180% of vitamin A. 200% of vitamin C.
Which is also a very beneficial. I've been hearing that a lot of people with fibromyalgia generally run low when it comes to magnesium.
Yes.
So this is another way of getting
the
magnesium in our system.
Right. It also contains 1,020% of vitamin K.
Wow.
Right. Just
That's
one cup.
Huge.
Just one little cup.
Yeah, and I'm sure if you could easily eat 2 cups for a meal and imagine doubling all that. And you've now reduced that bowl into almost half.
Right. And this was
amazing.
A lot of, you just, a few minutes ago mentioned how it was a lot of kale here. I think you were looking worried.
Like, how's she going to get all the rest of the stuff in here? But she's doing it.
Yeah. Let's see. It also contains certain minerals that are important.
Okay.
It contains copper, potassium, iron, manganese, and phosphorus.
Wow.
Right. So
we all need to keep those levels up. I recently had a mineral test done, and I know like copper came out where I was, borderline, and zinc was another one. So I had to add a few more supplements to my regimen. Okay, so now we're adding some more olive oil.
Right. I'm going to add about, let's go with about 1/3 of a cup of olive oil.
Now that you've got it kind of massaged in and everything's wet in the kale, now's where you're doing more of a measuring.
Right.
Okay. It's a process.
It is a process. It is easy.
May I try one of these?
Yes. Do you want to tell people what you just tried?
I'm chewing right in the microphone. It's delicious. It's mango. One of my favorite fruits.
Earlier today, I told Laura, I think I left the mango in.
I'm like, wonder what that is.
At home, and she said, "The what?" I said, "The mango."
Is it something we can make?
No, the mango. Maybe we can stop at the store. And she said, "Well." I said, it goes in the salad I told you I was going to make.
Yeah.
She said, well, I think it's because you say it different. I have an accent.
She doesn't have an accent
she
normally.
She said, you sound like a Jamaican. And I said, or like a Latina sound saying the word mango.
Yes. And that may be the proper way to say it. I've always been taught to say mango. So mango, I'm thinking this is a spice or something that we need. And it turned out it was just a fruit.
Right.
So she says mango, I say mango. Now, potato. I know.
Tomato.
Yeah, no. Yep.
So what I just did is squeeze.
That's very handy.
So I brought 3 lemons with me.
Okay.
And
I'm guessing that to be about a third of a cup, quarter of a cup to third of a cup in there.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Just my estimation.
I really like citrus foods. I like citrus in my foods, fruits, everything.
Okay.
So if you are not a citrus person, you don't have to have all this citrus in it. You could use 1 instead of 2.
Right.
I prefer 2. And since
Lemons.
I'm making it right now,
It's your way.
it's my choice,
There
my
you
way.
go. There you go.
And what I'm going to do next is with
Add.
my little whisker.
Aw, that's so
It's a little baby
cute.
whisker. I know, right? I'm going to mix the olive oil.
And if you want Martha to come to your house and cook for you,
I used to do that,
you did.
I did back
In the
when I was
healthier
in
days?
Denver. Yes. Well, I don't
that says a
know
lot
if they
about
were
your cooking.
healthier, but
Well,
they were.
I'm not talking about the food. I'm talking about.
Well, I don't even know. I know I've had fibromyalgia for 13 years.
It's a long
And
time. And as you can tell through the audience, she is a young thing.
I've had it for 13 years, and I've only lived in Florida for about 1.5 years.
Yeah.
So
you're really new to Florida.
I'm very new to Florida, and I used to do that in Colorado. I could come to your house and cook for you and your guest and clean up afterwards.
fun.
And sometimes I donate to nonprofits who I would auction myself off. That sounds worse than it really was.
You were single then?
Yes, I was.
I'm sure it wouldn't have mattered. I'm sure it was all upscale and.
So once everything is...
That is really interesting, the way the olive oil and the lemon juice is blending.
Yes.
It's a very creamy look. It's a yellow
And
creamy.
It's so delicious.
It's just items I've never really put together like that in a bowl.
So what I'm going to do now that...
Here comes why it makes it so good.
Well, here comes some of the honey.
Honey.
And I'm going to drizzle it in.
And you're just eyeballing it, looking for a texture change?
Not really.
Okay. You just squeeze it till you get bored.
Not really either. I'm hoping that was about 2 tablespoons of it.
So it would normally ask for 1.
Right.
But you're just trying to get more coverage over the kale.
Right. And also, if you're somebody that likes things really, really sweet, just add more honey.
Right. Or not, if you're not.
Right.
All this is a variant.
Anywhere. Right. I've always said that you have to like what you're making and what you're cooking. Otherwise, it's not going. And you should be able to tailor anything to your taste.
Absolutely.
So, I wanted to...
Generalized.
To talk a little bit about a little bit more about just superfood kale, because according to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, eating a diet that's rich in this powerful antioxidant which is vitamin K, can reduce the overall risk of developing or dying from cancer.
Wow. We can all use a little edge there as well.
Yeah, exactly. So, it also, kale binds bile acids and helps lower blood cholesterol levels that can reduce the risks of heart disease.
Yeah, okay.
So there's...
Why are we not eating this every day? What is it that makes us go for that quick, fast, grab a bite, what's familiar and comfortable?
Right.
As we know, and anybody's been following my show, I'm on a weight loss program that I've been monitoring on the show. I'm not doing it tonight. So I'm being held accountable for my weight loss, and I'm using the Weight Watchers program. So you are such a great fit for me and the show and that aspect of that part of the show we're doing.
Thank you. And I'm a Weight Watchers member.
And you look like it was very successful for you. You look like you're at a really healthy weight.
Thank you. I'm not done, but I'm better.
Well,
than where I was.
you look very well proportioned appropriately, but I
you.
know we can be our own worst critic. So, but I think you're at a very healthy place. But
Thank you.
we all have our own body and know how we like our
we have
clothes
our
to
own
fit.
journeys that we're walking on.
That's well put. Yes.
So the other thing, like I said, it's a great vitamin C source.
Yes.
And let's see, vitamin C is one of those things that we have to our food does we have to take it in. It doesn't, our bodies don't make it, and so
we have to find a way to put it in our body. You're saying it's not generated through restful sleep, and it's not something that chemically that we have to actually find a source and take it, whether it be a pill or orange juice or any one of those other sources of vitamin C.
And did you say earlier your blood work came back that you were low in magnesium?
Yes.
Did you know that magnesium is responsible for over 300 functions in the body?
No. Mm-hmm. Would you name those for me, please?
Well, it's only an hour show, and I still have the rest of the salad to make. Next time, though.
All right. But 300?
300, right.
Wow.
And notice how, Thanksgiving's around the corner, and like when we eat a big meal.
I'm pretending it's not, yes.
Well, when we eat a big meal,
we
feel so tired and we are so sleepy.
The digestive issues are what am I on the right track there?
Right. But if you eat kale with your big
dinner
meal, right, or your food, it's going to give you that energy so
you
that
don't crash and burn on the couch and fall asleep at your relative's house and
which
I like. Depends on your relatives.
Right. It depends. You may not want to fall asleep in their house. And, we added oil, which, as you know,
healthy oil.
It's healthy oil.
We need oil. We don't want to eliminate fats out of our diet.
Right. It's a monosaturated fat, and that's the kind of fats we want to consume. I'm a dedicated carboholic. I always have been. If there was a Carboholic Anonymous meeting I could go to, I would.
I don't think it'd have to be anonymous, but
or just Carboholic.
A support group for
support group. Yes.
Well,
if
there's any people out there that want to get together with Martha, we'll be happy to put something together.
Please.
Yeah,
let me know.
But I know what you mean. A lot of people are really attached to carbohydrates,
right?
And break down into sugars.
But you can
bread
have
is
the
so good.
healthy kind of carbohydrates. If you have a baked oven without sugar or butter, sweet potato, a little bit of salt, that's still a carb. If you have beans, So again, the fat
source
that we added to this salad is the monosaturated fat, which is good for, it's the best kind that you can have.
Yes, and we don't want a lot of it. We want it in moderation, but we do need it. We do not want to eliminate it totally out of our diet.
Right.
Gotcha.
Lemon juice in itself has a whole bunch of health benefits as well.
Really?
The lemons that we added, yes.
And you're just generic lemons from the grocery store.
Just
nothing special.
Unless you want to grow them yourself.
I actually grew up with a lemon tree in my yard, but that was in Fort Lauderdale, so
another
day, long time ago.
Well, lemon juice blocks calcium from absorption in your bloodstream. So
lemon keeps calcium from being absorbed into the bloodstream,
which is good and bad.
Okay.
Bad because we need calcium.
Right.
Good because it can prevent.
But do we want it in our bloodstream?
Well,
is that the caveat here?
Well, it's good because it can prevent a kidney stone from occurring
by not allowing the calcium in the bloodstream, or too much calcium in general.
Right.
Is the problem.
Right.
Okay.
Too much calcium.
Okay.
So if you're a person that's prone to having kidney stones, which I've never had, and I've heard
they're buildup
very
of calcium,
right?
Just like osteoarthritis, isn't that a buildup? I'd be stepping out of line here.
I don't know.
Okay, there's a buildup of. I think it's calcium that when you have osteo, you're supposed to exercise more to break it down, rheumatoid, you don't, because it'll cause damage to your joints. All right, I'm taking us out of field. Let's get it back to center.
Yeah.
We're going to be having a doctor in here to tell me whether I'm hitting right or not.
It's good for the digestive tract.
The lemon?
The lemon
That's what we're talking about?
for
Okay.
constipation.
Okay.
So it's also good for your skin. It can be good for anti-aging purposes.
Sounds like a win-win everywhere.
Yeah. And honey, which we added, is also an antioxidant. Now, antioxidants can be very, very good, like I mentioned earlier, to fight preventing and fighting cancer.
Free radicals.
Yes.
They kill the free radicals, right?
Right.
I heard that somewhere.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I know a little bit about the body chemistry, but not enough to feel like I could do an educational show. Oh. So, but yeah.
Well, then you heard well.
Good.
So what I'm going to do now is add a few, I guess, not handfuls, but just pinches of sea salt.
Okay. I was like, that's coarse, whatever you're doing. So sea salt.
Yes.
You would just buy that in the grocery section.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what's the difference between sea salt and rock salt? Do you know? I'm not trying to put you on the spot here.
I mean, it's all the same. It's just
how big a chunks it's at.
Mm-hmm.
I know people buy rock salt to put in their ice cream machines.
Oh, I don't know. I don't have an ice cream machine.
I've had a couple throughout the years, and you make it at home, and the machine churns it. But the salt, I think, helps it get to a lower freezing with the ice. Here I am taking another left turn here. But I always wonder that then there's rock salt, and there's salt with iodine, salt without iodine. And I'm always confused which way to go.
I wouldn't be able to give you direction.
That's okay. So I get lost a lot. And I'm speaking metaphorically.
So I'm adding a whole bunch of fresh
ground pepper.
Yes.
Is that pretty much when you cook, you use the whole clove of pepper? Yeah, it's a clove. Is it clove? Okay. Yeah. And grind it fresh?
Yes.
You feel it's...
I'd rather, unless, again, if my fibro is...
Your hands aren't up to it, right?
I have it, I have it in the little... It's already grounded for the time set.
I gotcha.
I can't.
Yeah, we adapt every day to what we're doing.
Right.
Okay, now we're incorporating the lemon juice, the honey, and the olive oil after we just put some rock salt onto the kale.
Right.
So and I guess it's going to get massaged in, or?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Looking to see I remember the last ingredient. I was trying to figure out that was over there, and I remember. And it's very appropriate for the month.
You think?
I do. We have fun together.
Let's see.
I wouldn't work a salad like that. So it's really cool to see, you're in there just scrunching it all up. But kale is really curly, and it's got a lot of places to hide, and takes a lot to get the whole thing saturated in what you're putting on it. Okay.
We want to make sure it's coated really nicely. So we want to keep massaging it.
Okay.
And the next thing I'm going to be adding is the mangoes.
And I'm going to say mango.
You can say it your way. I just couldn't say it your way.
Mango. Can you say mango? Is it hard?
Yes, I can choose. I choose not to
say it.
That's
what I wondered. Does it sound too southern, or?
It's a little too Anglo for me. Not that there's anything wrong. Some of my best friends are.
Right.
But
you're very, very attached to your cultural.
Yes.
And I think that's wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, mangoes are also an antioxidant.
They have a lot of great things in them. Plus, they are so good if you don't mind peeling them. It's a little work to take a mango, for her sake, and you got that big seed in the middle.
Right.
And then cut around it. Do you cut yours and then peel it, or do you peel it?
I peel it and then
cut it.
Cut it, right. It's an excellent source of vitamin A as well. Just 100 grams of it provides you with 765 milligrams, or 25% of the recommended daily levels of vitamin A.
So again, more vitamin A here.
Right.
Look at this. It's down to a third.
So maybe it should be the super salad.
It is. It's like everything in here is just, it's like a big vitamin, nutrient surplus food, that you're getting so much of a variety of what we need on a daily basis.
Also, so I'm pouring
the pre-chopped mangoes. Mango, right. For those of you who don't know. Now, how many?
2.
You read my mind.
Yes, I did.
Okay, so that was 2 mangoes.
Right.
Mangoes she prepared. So again, she's doubling the recipe.
So you can also, as I mentioned earlier, substitute. If you're allergic to them.
A lot of people are. And then I've learned a lot of people really aren't allergic to the meat or the skin that can cause a rash or, around your mouth. So if you've never eaten mango, you might want to just test it a little bit first. A lot of people are sensitive to that more than a lot of fruits. But it's worth it. Do you eat papaya?
Yes.
That when you're like, I never really got the hang of that.
I think I like just about every fruit. So mangoes are also a good source of vitamin B6.
That's important.
Vitamin B6.
That we get our B6, all our Bs.
And vitamin E.
Okay. That's good for our skin and our hair. I'm getting this out of your way.
Thank you.
Sure. What do we have here?
These are beautiful roasted.
I don't know if they can see.
I don't know.
I can't. I'm trying. Yeah.
Roasted pumpkin seeds.
And how much? How many?
Well, I'm not going to add all of them.
Okay. Okay. You look like you're gonna.
I was just tilting it so people that are watching
they can see you. Okay. There we go.
So these are really yummy and delicious. Do you want to taste one?
Yes. Thank you.
And crunchy and salty and just so good.
They're better than sunflower seeds.
Yes,
and they're just a little bit larger, maybe twice the size.
Yes, but they're called, a lot of times if you go to the grocery store and ask for pumpkin seeds, they'll direct you to, the shelled ones that are white.
Thank you. I was going to say, why are these so small?
Because this is what's inside.
So when we carve our pumpkin for Halloween and we see big white seeds, they're in a shell.
Right.
So, and I remember we used to sometimes salt them and bake them and eat them, the shell and all.
Yes.
Now, how do you get them out of the shell?
You buy them.
Right. But if you wanted to shell your own pumpkin seeds,
I don't know.
So we haven't tried that before.
I haven't.
And I wonder if they roast them and then in the shell.
Other Laura has tried.
I know.
She knows everything.
We need to get her on the show here.
I do.
Laura Lee, this is your calling. We need you on here. And we got Bev too, who's really into nutrition and health. She wants she will be coming.
These are called pepitas.
Say it again.
Pepitas.
Spell that.
Pepitas.
Pepitas.
Yes, that's what I said.
Yes, I just had to get the right
letters.
It's my
accent again, isn't it?
No, it's just a new word for food that I'm not accustomed to.
Right. So
they're delicious.
They're so good. It's so good for you.
How do they compare to sunflower seeds? Do you know? Which if you had to pick one over the other?
The nutritional value, I'm not sure if the sunflower seeds are as nutritional as these are.
I would expect the pumpkin seeds to have more, basically because it's coming out of a vegetable, where a sunflower seed comes from a flower. So that would just be logical thinking.
But they're really good. You can have them as a snack. You can, throw them on your salads. You can put them in your breads. You can.
Oh, yeah. When you bake bread.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. This just 100 grams of these seeds.
100 grams.
Right.
Of these seeds. That would be how much?
Well, 100 grams provide 30 grams or 54% of the recommended daily allowance of several different. Sorry, I have my notes here.
I'm confused.
So I'm not putting 100 grams into it. So I'm giving you some information about the pepitas, right?
Pepitas, which are pumpkin seeds,
right?
Without the hull,
right? They are fatty, but
they have an oil.
It's a monosaturated fat.
So could we buy pumpkin oil?
Yes, you can. In
no
Europe,
way.
Yes,
seriously.
Well, I haven't seen it here, but in Europe they make it and use it just as much as we use. I don't know.
Vegetable oil, which maybe has some pumpkin in it.
So
we'll never know. What did you ever wonder when you buy? Is it? Then it says corn oil.
Yes. So
it's so confusing, and it's so good to educate yourself on how to really read labels.
They are. They contain amino acids. They contain niacin, and they help the production of serotonin.
Oh, that's huge.
And
we are low on serotonin by and large. I think if any one of us went to be tested, we'd find that we're lower than the average non-fibro.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is a way of helping our bodies get it back.
Exactly.
The salad, we need to eat this every single day. Maybe we'll change out a few items just to keep it fun.
So I'm just going to grab a handful and sprinkle them on there. Okay, now another handful. And again,
doesn't this look great?
It depends how much you like them. If you want more, throw more on there.
So it's like when she started, how you get a dinner salad and it's hard to get the lettuce in your mouth because it's so crunchy. Well, what she's done now has gotten it all the way down to where you could probably eat it with a fork and just like you would eat a side dish. It seems much more manageable.
Right. So maybe after seeing how small it's gotten, you may not want to share with the staff here, huh? Since
no,
you're going to be taking some of this home.
I know I love it, and I want other people who aren't Fibro diet watcher people to say, hey, is this something that I can enjoy as a regular part of my diet?
Right.
Yeah. I just think that it's amazing how that's come out to be what would look like a nice size if you're having a family dinner to put on the table.
Right.
It's amazing how that's like you cook things and they get smaller. But instead, you just wilted it with your hands.
Right.
And I, by the way, I can verify she did wash her hands. Just in case anybody had that thought running in the back of their head.
Let's see.
That is gorgeous.
I'm going to add a little sprinkle more of salt.
Just because it feels right?
Just because.
Yeah.
It's making it.
You're making it with your love and with your soul, and you have a relationship with it.
Yes, I have. That's the first thing I said. I have a very serious relationship with food.
You do, and it shows the way that you are preparing it.
Thank you.
You're not just slapping it together. You're really feeling the food and adding it as it evolves. I think people who cook a lot can relate to what I'm saying. I used to cook a lot. I love cooking, and that's one thing that I have pretty much removed out of my life. I'm starting to get a little bit better. I tried something new today, Martha. I tried, instead of the regular oatmeal, I bought the gluten-free rice. oatmeal, and it was really good. And I made it just the way I would make my oatmeal in the morning. And I got it because it was gluten free, and I had no idea how rice was going to be. But it was I almost had like a mixture of oatmeal and grits, kind of, But I do add brown sugar to make it a little sweet. It was really good.
You could add honey too, since it's an antioxidant.
Yes, and I have honey sitting in my cabinet. I need to try that and leave out the brown sugar. Okay, so we have completed the salad.
Yes. So do you want to taste it?
I do. We've got some plates here and some forks, and I'll let you put them on here, and we can see if some of the engineer wants to try some.
I heard Nolan wanted to try it.
Nolan is the owner of our station here.
He's a kale fan.
Hey, Nolan, you want to come in and join our show? We're going to be rude and eat in front of our guests.
Should we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You make sure you make one too. I mean, you got to taste your own salad.
Yeah, before I start serving a whole bunch of plates, let me make sure
you got the right taste
and pepper.
Okay.
Are all perfect there.
Nolan, you're not listening.
Isn't he running another show?
No, he can run two. It just reminds me, I want to make a plug here. I was informed that there's an amazingly sweet gal. Her name is Bridget. And through the grapevine, I heard that she has watched every one of my shows. Oh. I haven't even done that. And I don't know if she watches them live or later, but I just want to say, Bridget, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch and see what I do on my show. I really appreciate that. Yeah. She happens to be one of my son's girlfriends. I'm long-term relationship. I'm hoping she'll be my next daughter-in-law if everything keeps going right. Aww. My kids really know how to pick their women. They really do. But Nolan, Mr. Owner, would you like to try some of our recipes? Well, I know you're on the edge of your seat with every single moment that we've been going through the process of making this for you, Nolan.
This is for him.
Okay, here we go. I think we just turned this off. It is as good as I remember. It is delicious. Thank you.
Yay. You're welcome.
I don't want to eat this whole thing while we're on the air.
Right.
We've got about 15 minutes to do about anything we want. So, darn, this is good. Are you happy with it? Is
this
sure.
You want it? Yes.
So tell me about you've done an excellent job of removing gluten out of your life and other unhealthy foods. First, I'd like to know, do you feel the difference since you've changed your ways of eating? Yes. I don't know how long you've been doing it.
A long time ago.
Okay.
But I wasn't always
Oops. I'm behind the thing there. Okay.
I wasn't always, I guess, good at sticking to it as my life got more chaotic. Stressful. I had very demanding jobs in the past.
So you'd eat on the fly.
I would eat on the fly sometimes. But when I met Randy, my husband, he and I, came clean why I was staying gluten, dairy, soy, wheat free. He kind of had a lot. Okay, he had everything to do with me staying gluten free.
So when you said came clean,
well, I mean, he knew I was trying to be gluten free, but I didn't. And for those of you that are, listening or watching that, I guess dating or met somebody significant in your life, and you don't know how to talk about, I have this illness, and it's not, I'm going to have this one surgery and then I'm going to get better. I'm never going to get rid of this.
Right. That
was a huge step for me to tell him. So I didn't, I wasn't very clear about the, leaving out soy, wheat, dairy, and gluten.
He just thought you were trying to take good care of yourself.
Probably. I don't know. I don't know if it was that, because again, my stressful jobs would make me make not very healthy choices in my food. So I don't think he thought that it was that. Maybe I should ask him what did he think it was. But it wasn't until after, I actually, sat him down and had the courage to tell him.
I'm sure that was hard.
Like. Yes, it was very hard. I liked him a lot, and so I didn't want him to, for that to be the reason why he went running for the hills. So.
And, it's something you don't want to lead with on a first meeting.
No, you don't.
And then if and when you feel like a relationship's evolving, that it becomes important that they know that part of you, it's a timing issue. Now,
right.
There are people in our group, and I find it really sad that they feel, because they have fibromyalgia, that they're undateable, that they will never be able to find that.
I've had those conversations with people. So, and, when I do now have gluten, or once I stayed gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, when I do have it, if it's in something that I ate, I will feel it immediately.
You're that sensitive to it now that you're away from it.
Feel like I just ingested swallowed rocks instead of
healthy food. Your
right.
body now is craving the right foods.
Right. And I'll feel it in my body. The pain will be higher for several days afterwards. So
it's really rejecting the toxic food.
Right. And the soy, actually, I get a migraine
from soy,
from eating soy.
And for a while, I always thought soy was supposed to be really healthy, the go-to food.
No.
Soybeans, tofu, that kind of thing. I used to actually buy frozen soybeans and put them on my salad. Now I like frozen peas, just like make them interesting. But I'm really surprised that soy has come out to be a negative food for our bodies.
Right.
I know there's soy milk that we would put our babies on if they were unable to tolerate the milk, the normal milk that was. These are bottle babies, not breastfed babies, obviously.
Right.
It was what they would back it up with, but that probably wasn't doing the babies. I don't know. And there, I'm getting a little too deep in our scope here.
I don't know, because my baby sister, I'm the oldest of 5.
Yes,
and
big family.
Yeah, my baby sister is now 22.
Okay.
And when she was a baby, a real baby, not...
Right.
I still call her,
the younger
baby munchkin. She was put on goat's milk.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
That's do I have green teeth?
No, you don't.
Okay, good. I'm just going to ask that for just a mirror. Okay. That will get you the kale, by the way. So soy is a big no-no.
Right.
But goat's milk's okay.
Well, it was for her. I mean, because you're saying, putting babies on
soy milk, right?
And what I mean, 22 years ago, they actually put her on goat's milk.
That's really cool. So if you're dairy free, can you drink goat's milk, or is that still a dairy? Or can you eat feta cheese?
No, I eat goat cheese.
So what is feta
really
cheese?
Good.
Versus goat cheese?
I think that's still dairy. I don't eat it.
I thought feta and goat cheese were the same, but they're not.
I don't know.
Okay, so
I don't like feta cheese, and so I kind of never had to
try it,
look into it.
But you do buy goat cheese.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. I don't know
You
that
can
I've
buy
ever
rice cheese
really
made out of rice milk.
Now, is
almond
that like
cheese made out of almond milk?
So all that is dairy free.
Yes.
So dairy means it comes from an animal? I'm asking, trying to define dairy.
Well, you can okay, so there's some people that have an allergy, like Nolan was saying, to the casein. So they're, they can't he can't have anything that's from
A cow.
Some people can't have eggs either.
Okay. And
so if you're a vegan, you're not going to have eggs as well.
So a true vegan eats no dairy as well?
Right.
My brother's a true vegan.
Okay.
And obviously we don't share a lot of meals together, but I know that when I've had him for dinner, and he's like, okay, I don't eat any of that now. I'm like, oh man, what do I feed you? And you're here to show that there's a lot of foods that we can have and eat and not feel food deprived.
Right.
So tell me, if you would, kind of like your typical morning breakfast. I know you have a bit of a routine,
right?
And you've let me try it, and but it's amazing how you found your way through this to really enjoy your food and stay healthy and nutritious. So do you mind sharing a little bit about that?
Not at all. I have an egg. Okay. I eat a lot a lot of small meals throughout the day,
which is what I hear is the best way to go, not to stretch out your stomach and just keep the energy going all day. Okay.
So I've started having an egg, a fried egg, or scrambled.
Do you use butter or olive oil?
I use coconut oil.
Okay.
For most of my cooking, coconut and olive oil.
And coconut milk is another,
non-dairy option, yes.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out what defines dairy. Is it come from an animal that makes it dairy? Like cheese, it can be made. I always think of cheese as dairy, but that's but there's the cow cheese.
There's almond cheese and there's rice cheese.
And is there much of a change in the taste?
Yes.
And so you acquire the taste
just like
for it.
Like if you were to taste Parmesan cheese and Gouda.
Okay.
It's two very different
cheese,
tastes. Right. So yes, there is a difference, but
you'll like some and you won't like some of the others.
Right. And also by name brands. So, some name brands you're not going to like, some name brands you're going to like.
And it could still be the same product.
And it can still be, the same product. So
I bought this box of almond milk, okay? My son was complaining of, having, stomach problems, and I thought, well, maybe, he's having some milk issues. He's eating a lot of cereal. And the thing is, it's still sitting in the pantry, in the box, because it's not refrigerated. And I got it. It was almond milk, and I think it was vanilla flavored. Like I didn't want to just get the regular, thinking that the vanilla would make it a little more sweet.
It does. Makes it much sweeter.
So I obviously, we could cook with it, but is that something that's going to taste similar to putting on your cereal?
No.
Okay.
Because it's sweet.
Are we going to like the sweet more, do you think?
It depends if you like, the sweetness with it. Sometimes I use that for my coffee because then I don't have, because it'll make it sweet.
Without worrying about using a sweetener in your coffee. Right. Okay.
But if you are having a sweet cereal already and you're adding milk that's already sweet, it might be too much.
Right. I see what you mean. Okay. That makes sense. I'm just trying to divide it out in my head. I'm really ready to transform my eating into healthy, but I don't want to mistakenly continue eating something that I don't realize isn't healthy. You know, I've seen a nutritionist and they're all about portion control, and you want, this fiber and this carbohydrate and this protein, but they don't talk about eliminating certain things like dairy. So, like if you want to make French toast, you could get a gluten-free bread. You do use eggs, or you can use the egg whites if you want to get off the cholesterol, and then use an almond milk or a coconut milk, or I don't know which one
rice milk.
Which one would be more closer to give the French toast that. And I don't even cook French toast. I haven't made it in years. I'm just trying to think of something that is a menu item and breakfast.
Both, or all three of them, almond, rice, and coconut, will be fine. Maybe not the coconut if you're very sensitive to coconut.
Okay.
I know my husband.
Love coconut.
I love coconut too. My husband doesn't like it, and I had him try something. I don't know what, and he
picked it up.
He picked it up.
Yes.
So if you want to stay to the true, I guess, taste of milk, get something that's not sweetened, not vanilla.
Right.
It's not sweetened, and it's not coconut.
Is there any yogurts out there? Like, where does yogurt fall into dairy?
It depends what milk source it comes from.
Okay.
Because you can buy yogurt that's made out of, you can buy yogurt or ice cream.
What is the traditional yogurt made from?
Regular milk.
Okay. Okay. And now they've got this new Greek yogurt that everybody's using to substitute sour cream.
Right. You can buy coconut yogurt, coconut Greek style yogurt.
So is the Greek yogurt what is that made out of?
It's just thicker.
The
reason they substituted for sour cream is because it's so much thicker. It has to do in how they make it.
Is it a milk byproduct as well? So you're still eating dairy.
Yes.
But it's healthier than the sour cream.
Yes.
In calories and whatnot. So what's the difference between sour cream and the Greek yogurt? I mean, I don't know what ingredients are different, and you may not know either. I don't.
Because I don't eat sour cream.
Right.
I'm not sure. I don't have to make those choices and substitute one for the other.
So you don't use any Greek yogurt if you were having a baked potato, like
if
traditionally.
I wanted to,
people eat.
I could have the
butter,
coconut,
sour cream.
Right. I could have the coconut Greek yogurt.
Okay.
So it's Greek. The Greek yogurt, meaning just that it's a very thick consistency.
But it's still milk product.
It's still a milk product, unless you buy the coconut Greek style.
Which means it'll be a thicker coconut style.
Which means that it'll be made from coconut milk.
Right. But it'll be a thicker
Very
consistency,
thick.
Making it the Greek word apply.
Greek style.
Okay. Or you can get regular coconut yogurt.
Or regular coconut yogurt. Or rice milk
or rice.
Yogurt.
And how does the whole rice play into the game? I assume we're supposed to eat brown rice versus white rice.
Mm-hmm.
So when we buy a milk rice, is that coming from the white family or the brown family?
It's coming from the white family.
So why is it okay to drink rice milk, but not white rice?
Some people make the switch because they're allergic.
Okay.
So they can't have, like Nolan was saying, he can't have anything that has, the casein, anything that comes from a cow.
Okay.
So then they can substitute and put in the rice milk. So it's not
okay.
So
why the white rice, is that bleached? Is that why we try not to use it? So it's been processed.
Right.
So when we buy rice milk, has it been processed as well?
I don't think it has. It's not. It doesn't come out.
We didn't write no, there's no planned questions on this
No,
show.
I
We're
said,
winging
what do you
it.
want to do? She said, I don't know.
Just talk.
Just talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not like I know she's going to know the answer. I have no idea. And she's not a nutritionist by trade either.
Oh, God,
but
no.
I know she does pay a lot of attention to ingredients. So that's why I'm trying to.
Also, when I went soy-free, dairy-free, wheat-free, gluten-free, all
Right.
that was maybe 6-7 years ago.
Okay.
And so there wasn't the rice milk or.
Okay, we were calling your name and you were ignoring us, Nolan. We said, here, come in.
I'm never ignoring you. I heard you say salad, delicious salad.
Nolan, come join us.
All right, I will flock my way in there.
Okay, good. So, do we have a plate for him? We had 3.
No.
Now watch her come in, and now like she started eating out of yours.
Oh my gosh.
So that
I had to start eating out of yours.
Wait, what do you mean out of mine?
well, she made you a plate, and we're like calling you in, and this is
Hi,
Nolan.
Can I say that?
Yeah, if you want to.
Oh my gosh, what am I, some kind of pepper?
Here, take 2 forks. You can share it with
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Well,
This smells delicious.
tell us if you like
Why would I
it.
eat 2 forks?
Because if
I
you
don't
want to
share.
share, yeah,
I don't share.
you don't look like the kind of guy who needs to share either.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're
You're
welcome.
welcome.
What is this, mango? I wasn't listening.
It's Mongo.
It's
Oh,
mango.
See, he wasn't listening to the show.
Not.
Mm.
I can't say it the other way.
It's got pumpkin seeds. No, it's actually the
Dairy free is the way to go. I'm telling
it is. We were just.
you. You miss out on this stuff. Thinking about ice cream? This
You-
is so much better.
Can I ask you? We were trying to talk about dairy. What qualifies something dairy and non-dairy? Like, why is rice milk not dairy? But is it that it has to come from an animal, like an egg or
think-
milk? Like is
I
goat's
think you
milk
were very
dairy?
interested in the Greek yogurt part.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what-
Yeah, kind of caught
cleared-
on there for a couple of
Pasteurized?
minutes.
There's a certain bacteria in milk. Like
Well,
Greek yogurt.
pasteurization, I know, is like we want to stay away from that if we can.
Well, there's a bacteria that they take out of regular milk so it doesn't last as long. So, it'll last
So
longer.
right. So
But when they leave that in there, it's not bad for you. The bacteria is good for you.
okay.
When they take it out, is when it becomes bad for you. When
So-
they take it out of regular milk.
So true vegans, because I believe you mentioned your wife has her own website.
I'll talk to you in there on the mic. So.
Yeah,
Then
you
I'll
should.
I'll pull it up for you and show you.
Okay, good. Thank you, because I like to share that with the guests. And Martha, I'm sorry, we were in the middle of a conversation, and I was just giving him a hard time there
That's
because
fine.
he
I forgot
reappeared.
what we were talking about.
Oh, shoot.
So did you,
What?
huh?
What did you say?
I said I forgot what we were
Oh,
talking
okay.
about. And,
Well, basically that
I think that's Nolan's
Okay.
wife's.
he's putting up her website, his wife's website. Oh, so, okay. So tell us, everything's gluten free here.
Well, everything's gluten free. She has here her vegan recipes.
Okay.
Different things. Although some of it you might think it's like these brownies, for example. These are black bean brownies.
Really?
Yeah, and there's no dairy or anything. There's just black beans.
Do they taste good?
Oh, heck yeah, they're the best. And you can actually have here step-by-step directions for people how to make them.
Now say her website because I don't.
It's crunchykim.com. Let me put an add on for the viewers.
Okay, yeah, please do, because that's a great source to go find more recipes for us that are trying to treat our bodies better. And he's almost there, guys. I know we're running out of time too.
So
There it is, Crunchy Kim, My Life.
in bite-sized pieces.
Oh, cool, very nice.
So this is a picture of my daughter eating one of her dairy-free whoopie pies.
I saw her at the fair. She was so beautiful.
These are dairy-free chocolate chip cookies.
Oh my gosh.
These are dairy-free whoopie pies.
So she just puts all these recipes up and shares them.
Yep, these are all taken in our kitchen here with our Canon EOS 50 or whatever it's called.
Does she sell anything?
She does. Because of the what they call a cottage house law, the person has to physically come to your house and buy it from you. They have to see what your kitchen looks like and to make sure that they're buying it from sanitary conditions.
Oh, I wondered how that was.
Yeah.
And that's how you get around not having to use a commercial kitchen.
Yep, and that's how. And this right here is the best snack you could ever have. Fills your belly up because it's rice, and it's also got mango in it.
How about that?
So
Okay. So, can you tell me what defines dairy versus non-dairy, Nolan? I mean,
I to be honest with you, I can have goat milk, but I can coconut milk. I just can't have like dairy.
you can't have anything from a cow, you said earlier. And can you eat eggs from a chicken?
Oh yeah, I can eat eggs. I can eat chicken. I can eat fish. I just can't have any beef. So no casein.
And that's a health issue for you. It's not a choice of lifestyle.
Yeah, my asthma will get worse if I have if I drink too much milk.
Okay.
I get a lot of skin rashes if I have too much beef.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I clog up. Like sometimes you hear me go make that horrible
Thank
noise.
you for putting that on my show.
Yeah. So you hear me make that horrible noise, and that is because I have ingested some dairy. Someone snuck some dairy in me.
And you didn't see it coming.
Well, it's just because like I'll be at somewhere and they'll have some delicious free samples.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
Well, thank you for sharing this website and information. That's going to be a great help for me and hopefully for some of our viewers out here. And I didn't even give out the call-in number today to see if anybody want to call in and share their 2 cents. They're probably shaking their heads going, this is what it is. This is the difference. Oh, my gosh. But somebody will straighten me out between now and next week. So,
by the way, this is delicious.
Yay!
It is really
You're
good.
right.
Thank you.
I was listening, but you're right. It doesn't taste like kale.
No, I know. I mean, I used to buy kale and feed it to my little, vegetable eaters, and I'd throw it out when it got old. And I mean, we used to make like collard green soup, which kale can be similar to that. But as far as the salad, I've never really. But it's easy to grow, I'm pretty sure, if you wanted to do your own homegrown kale. But
Kale, for people who don't know, tastes just like cut grass
by itself.
by itself.
Now, somebody once
Oh, great.
baked
Now
it.
some people that
No, don't listen to that as judgment.
This salad tastes delicious.
This salad is coated, right? Somebody had brought in, like, into our meeting, our support group, food, and they baked the kale.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now, that did not sit well with me. That was not.
You were not a fan.
No, I was not a fan. I think she may have put some seasoning on it, but I felt like it made me think of seaweed,
Oh.
but it could have been the seasoning. So again, we're not going to like everything, but I tell you, this Kim's Crunchy place, all that is amazing. The pictures that, that looks like a really great source for getting some great recipes to.
Even though it's my wife's website, I definitely prefer mango and seeds.
I gotcha. What's that one? I don't know if
That
people
was a
can
kale
see.
salad.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't really know what that is in there. Beans of some sort?
See, we learn something new about you every day. I had no idea.
Yeah,
So-
I definitely prefer mangoes and seed.
Well, I do too, for only having that option in front of me. But everything else, and he's still showing us his website. I don't know if you all can see it or
No,
not.
they can't see it.
Okay, well, it's great.
Well, you were just talking about what were you talking about?
Milk, vegan.
Kale chips, right?
Yes, baked kale.
Yeah, she has some on here. If I
Okay.
can find it.
Okay, everything. Look at all that yummy food. Nice to meet you. What a well done website. Who does our website?
My wife does it all.
Wow, you both have a lot of talent in that family.
I just, to be honest with you, I don't know where she has the kale chips at. She
Snack
also
attack.
specializes in making dairy-free, gluten-free food for little kids, which is her kid-friendly food
Isn't that
right here.
interesting? That's, Martha works at a place similar to that.
Right there. There's her kale chips for kids because my daughter will eat them right up.
Okay, and those are baked?
They are baked and they were in that little sauce that you said you didn't like.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, maybe it was the spice she put on it when she baked them, and they were crunchy. They were like potato chips.
Yeah,
A little tough, but yeah. And maybe I have to acquire a taste for it. I bet we're out of time because you were giving me that 5-minute cue about
Yeah, but I'm still
10
eating my
minutes ago.
salad, so
We're getting some free airwaves here.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, Martha, I just want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to put this together and come out here. I know a lot of us, we can only pick one thing a day to do to keep ourselves, moving forward. And I know it took many hours out of your day to be here to share this with us. And I'm so grateful for that.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure.
I hope you'll come back again and share something else.
Again and again.
And again. Okay, good. I'll be calling you, that's for sure.
You know how to get me.
Yes, I do. You are a wonderful person, and you just did a great job.
Thank you. And thank you for asking me to come. Talk about one of my passions.
It shows. It definitely shows that you love what you do. And I think that's probably where you need to keep your focus, to keep educating us on how to treat our bodies nutritiously while having a good time. So I love it. All right, Nolan, we're out for the night. We're going to say good night to everybody, and we'll see you next Monday. Same place, same time.
Like any person at any age. If you feel that you may be suffering from fibromyalgia, please contact your medical provider as soon as possible for proper diagnosis and a treatment plan that works for you. We are not a replacement for professional medical advice, but we are your Fibro Friends for advocacy and education and support. We encourage you to share via email, Facebook, or Twitter through a link from any of our shows that can be found on our website at fibrofriendsradioshow.com and on Facebook at Fibro Friends Radio Show, with your doctor's support system of friends and family and your fellow Fibro friends. Remember, laughter is still the best medicine, so share the Fibro funny today and keep a smile on your face and in your heart. So pass this Fibro Friends smiling, gentle hug full of love to someone in pain today, because it's always the love that heals.